What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Demon Reads Comics. Today we're going to do the 5th installment. Stick with me, guys. I only got 2 more to do after this, but we're doing the 5th installment in Frank Miller's Sin City universe. And this one is called Family Values. And as you guys can see, it's the I in the city. Like I told you guys, if you put all the books together, it spells out Sin City. And considering the fact this is the 5th book, it actually spells out the I for city. So here's the front and back of the slipcase. As you can see, it's actually bullets going through glass. Taking everything out of the slipcase, like every other one. It shows you what it comes with right here. I think they call this the leaflet, actually. And then it does come with, like the other ones as well, a portfolio picture, and like it's exactly like the print on the cover of the slipcase. It's like it's just matte black with the gloss, I guess you can say, prints on it. And the picture of it inside is of Miho. Let's stick that in here. And then set this down. Now, I went into this story not knowing anything, so we'll talk about it here in a little bit. But as you guys can see here, here's the hardcover, absolute edition of Frank Miller's Sin City Family Values. Matte black with the glossy prints around it, like the slipcase. The back, red. As you can see here, it's by Dark Horse Comics. And the back of it does have a little quote, and it says, "There's going to be hell to pay, but neither I nor mine will have to pay it. Dwight, Family Values." Going into this, I did read the back of it, so I knew this story was about Dwight. But before we continue that a little bit more, it has red like the previous ones on the end of the pages, and it does have sewn binding. Now with this book, before we crack it open, I do want to say it's a lot smaller than the previous book. It's almost about 75 pages smaller than the other ones, because I believe the other ones were a little over 200 pages, and this one, it's 106, 125, 26, 27, 28, 29. Maybe about 140, including the extra stuff on the back. But the story in itself, it stops at page 25, 26, 27. 127. As the other ones went all the way up to like 200 and something. So it's almost 80-some pages less, and it's a really short one. Look at that. I mean, it's really small. So let's go ahead and crack this open, and I'll tell you a little bit about this story. All right, guys. So here it is, Frank Miller's Sin City Family Values. Now, what is this story about? Before we go into it, I love that the double-page Sin City, Volume 5, Family Values. And then it tells you the president, publisher, original editor, collection editor, everybody right here. This one is kind of weird, though, because most of the time there was always a dedication right here. This one actually doesn't. It tells you the contents. Family Values starts at page 6 and goes all the way up to page 129. And then you got the cover gallery and the pinup gallery. So what is the story of Family Values? Well, it's a story of Dwight again. And what's weird, because out of all the Sin City characters, a lot of people would want to see Marv in it, or maybe John Hardigan, a little bit of Nancy. But no, most of the stories actually have to do with Dwight. I mean, the first book was about Marv, right? Then you got A Dame to Kill For, which was the next book, and that was about Dwight. And then you had Big Fat Kill, which was also about Dwight. And then you had the next one after that, The Yellow Bastard, that was John Hardigan. And then you got this one now, Family Values, which is Dwight again. You got 3 books of just Dwight. And so what is this story about? What is this story here? Well, it's about Dwight again and the girls of Old Town. The girls of Old Town are in a, I guess you can say, kind of in the war, maybe in the conflict with a crime syndicate. And it's up to Dwight and the girls to stop that crime syndicate. A lot of events happen in this storyline, actually, to the point where even though it's Dwight helping the girls fight the crime syndicate, he gets captured, and it's the girls now having to rescue him. But there's a big twist in it, because I don't want to give this away, but did he get captured on purpose or not? And so, who is the main person in this out other than Dwight? Obviously Miho. She comes and does put in work. But yeah, that's pretty much the premise of this story. It's about Dwight helping the girls, maybe not helping them, and maybe the girls helping him go against the crime syndicate. And the art in this is just so freaking amazing. There was a picture that I saw of Miho in some of the pinup gallery and some of the cover arts and some of the other pages where she had skates on. And I was like, what the hell? I've never seen that before. Well, sure enough, here she is with skates here. She has skates here. She has a bag over her head. Really, really weird, like the transition between it. Now, I don't want to give away if this is before a certain book or not. And what's crazy is when you see the movie, if you see the movie before you read this, they leave out so many things. The book connects all the books. If you read them, the way they put them out, they're not in chronological order. But if you read them that way, the way they published, they make so much sense because they tie them in together so well. And I don't want to give that little spoiler slash, what's it called, Easter egg of how this one ties in with the other ones. Because just that little bit gives it so much more meaning. Take, for example, and I know this is going to probably be a little bit of a spoiler, but in the movie of Sin City, when Hartigan is in jail, John Hartigan is in jail, and he wants to get out because he thinks somebody's after Nancy. He gets out, and who gives him a ride? And, you know, who gives him a ride to his place? Who helps him get out of jail? Well, in the movie, nobody, you don't see anybody help him get out of jail. And then in the movie, you see his partner give him a ride, Bob, give him a ride back. But in the books, it's way different. They actually introduced, or not introduced, but they kind of recall back characters. The person that helps him get out of jail is actually Lucille, which is Marv's parole officer. The person that comes and picks him up is actually Mort from A Dame to Kill For. They tied up so well, and I don't want to give that away to, you know, I don't want to give spoilers of how they tie things in all these stories because it's just an amazing story. I like this story very much. I mean, don't get me wrong. After a while, after now going on to book 5, I still got 2 other books to read. Yeah, it's getting a little bit stale reading them back to back. Because it's just, you know, the same crime noir back to back. So it is getting a little bit stale. But I'm gonna keep pushing it. Like I said, the art in here is so much better than it was in the first couple books. I will give it that. The one thing I didn't like about this one, though, and I'm just flipping through so you guys can see the pages and stuff and the art. What I didn't like about this one is the first 3 books didn't introduce that whole, like, you know, for example, that yellow bastard. We'll take, for instance, this guy is the yellow bastard. He was yellow in the 4th book. The first 3 books didn't do that. And going on to the 5th book, in the 4th book they introduced that. And going on to the 5th book, they took it out again. There's no color like that shows up like that. Like Goldie was supposed, like you were supposed to see her gold hair. When Marv was sleeping with her, the bed was supposed to be red. Well, okay, I can't really say it's supposed to be because that's how I saw it in the comic book, or I'm sorry, in the movie. Maybe they did it in the movie to put more highlights in it, right? But considering they took it from the comic book, then why did they do it like that? You know, maybe they wanted to put it into every story in that, but I don't know. I just don't like how it went from, you know, them not doing it to them doing it to them not doing it again. And I kind of flip through the next pages of the next book because I do kind of, you know, lay it down and kind of stretch the binding and, you know, that way it's all good. And they start doing it again. So I don't understand where that comes from or why they do it. But yeah, this story is amazing. I really like this story. And I'll tell you guys what, I actually enjoyed this story so much more than the first 4. I will tell you why, though. It's not because of Dwight. It's not because of the girls of Old Town. It's not because the nudity is a lot better. Nothing like that. It's just because going into the first 4 books, I knew what to expect. I knew the stories I was getting into because I've seen it from the movies. Going into this story, I did not know what to expect whatsoever. Here's a Miho again with her skates and the paper bag over her head. I don't even know if that's a paper bag or a cardboard box. I don't know. But yeah, and this one, I did not know what to expect. So I was going into this completely blind. Completely blind. And I enjoyed it so much. And just the twist and the ending was so amazing to me. You know, it's not going to be for some people, but I definitely enjoyed it. I've been enjoying all the Sin City books so far. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the next one, which when I do the video, I'll let you guys know why I'm not going to like it. But, you know, it's still a Sin City book. I'm going to read the entire collection and you know, move on from there. But I like this right here because this especially, I like these kind of panels. Well, this is a spread page because it goes, you know, from both pages. But what I'm saying from that is most pages are like this. You got the white background kind of thing, and then you got the white accents, right? And most of it, see? And most of it's like that, especially with these ones you can see. But in this one, it's all black with the white outline, which is amazing to me. I like the contrast they do with that. But yeah, this is such an amazing story. I don't know why they didn't put it into the movie. Maybe the story was a little bit too short to be put into the movie, so maybe that's why they didn't put it in. I can understand why they didn't put it into the other ones, because when I do the review of the other ones, the stories in it are so small that it makes no sense to make, you know, stories, you know, put them in the movie. So that makes sense. But yeah, overall, this was an amazing, amazing read. It's short, but it was still great for me. I enjoyed it very much. And like I said, the art gets so much better in it this time. So, you know, I can't complain. And you see a lot of Miho in this. You see a lot of her. She is, in all honesty, you would think that Dwight McCarthy is the star of this story. Because, you know, it's either been Marv, it's been Dwight again, and then John Hartigan, and this is Dwight again. You would think that, you know, Dwight is the star of this story, but no. In all honesty, and in my personal opinion, Miho is definitely the star of this story for sure. She was amazing, and you know, at certain points when I was reading the other books, I was like, I wish they showed a little bit more of Miho because she's so freaking amazing. Well, sure enough, I got exactly what I wanted. I got more of Miho right here. She is just so amazing. Just so amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of this book. Like I said, it's not too long. It's kind of a short read. And I enjoyed it very much. Let's flip kind of towards the end here. Don't want to give too much spoilers away. And we'll do one last one so you guys can see this. And then let's flip to the very end. The cover gallery. The cover gallery in this one is amazing for one reason only. There's a certain artist in here that I did not expect would show up in this. I know of this artist because if you look for adult-oriented books, the name of this guy comes up a lot. His stories are not the best, and trying to find hardcovers of his books is very hard. But I read one of his hardcover, or one of his stories. Actually, I read a lot of his stories, but one of them really pulled me in. And when I saw that he actually contributed to a cover art in this, excuse me, I was like, what, him? No way. So that's why this one is really amazing to me. But here you go. That's the picture of Miho again in the big frame from the portfolio picture. And I do got to be careful though when I'm showing the cover art though, because there is nudity, a lot of nudity in that one. The pinup gallery. See, this is what I was expecting the Marv one to have, like the red bed, the heart-shaped bed with gold hair. But yeah, they didn't do that. Yep, this one's it. Give me 1 second. This right here, this picture on the left. I know I'm covering too much, but this was an amazing picture by Milo Minara. If you guys know who that creator is, you know how he gets down. You know what kind of nudity he put in this one. So it's just so amazing. And you got a picture over here by Jolie Jones of Nancy. I believe this one over here is Goldie, actually. And if it's not Goldie, it's actually Wendy. It's one of the two Swiss sisters. Hold on, let me go. And then you got another picture of Nancy by Tula Loloy. I actually know who that is, actually. She did, I believe she did this. She was part of the artist that did the Somna book that I read, that I did a review on. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, you got Tonino Libertor. Wow, you know what? Yeah, Tonino, which on the right of Marv. That's a good picture right there. Let me see if there's any nudity. Yeah, there's in this one right here. The one on the left is by Bill Sainko. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am so sorry. I'm going to butcher that. I'm just going to show you guys it. And then I got to cover this because it does show a little bit of nudity right here, especially male. Oof. And that's also by Bill. Let me see if I can get there. There you go. And then, again, I've gone over this a few times of who, you know, the Sin City volumes and his other work. And then the back end is where I keep the ribbon when I'm reading it so it doesn't get in my way. And it's just a picture of Miho. Let me go. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, great story. I hope you guys liked you know, me flipping through it. Let's go ahead and do the ranking of this. All right, guys. So going back to this book, giving it a ranking. I'm gonna give this ranking a 9. It would have been a 10. It definitely would have been a 10 for me if they kept like the contrast colors of it, like they did in book 4. Because I know they do it in book 6. So I don't know why they took it out of this one. So it definitely would have been a 10 if it weren't for that. But so that being said, I'm doing it as a 9. I'm giving this definitely a 9. The overall story arc of Sin City, I'm still keeping it at an 8. But this one I'm definitely giving a 9. One, because I enjoy the art so much. It's so, you know, it's been drastically improved from the first couple books. I did not know nothing about the story going into it, so that really pulled me in. But I really was disappointed that they took out the color contrast in this one. So kind of to give a recap on this book, like I did in the beginning, Frank Miller's Sin City Family Values, published by Dark Horse Comics. And it does have sewn binding. So there you go, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you guys did, please give me a like. It really helps build my channel. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this in the comments down below. If you guys read this, let me know if you guys enjoyed this. I know you guys seen the movies. Or, I'm sorry. I know if you guys seen the movies, you guys would not have seen this storyline. So let me know if you guys actually read this and if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know out of all the books so far, which ones you read and which ones you didn't. I'm sure if you guys read them, you guys would want to read them all, not just one or two and skip through them. But let me know what your favorite story is so far. Or out of all of them, you know, I still got a few of them, 2 more to go. But overall, I do want to say that this was one of my favorite stories. But I got to give it to the Yellow Bastard one. That one was just amazing to me. The way they did it was, you know, the first part, you know, before he turns into Yellow Bastard, and then when he comes back, and then everything John Hartigan goes through, the Easter egg cameos that come into it. You see Dwight in there as well. It was just so amazing to me, that all those tie-ins. So I gotta give it to that book. That one's my favorite. And then this one, and then, you know, I'm not gonna really, the other ones are just kind of up there. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know which story was your favorite out of the entire Sin City collection so far. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. I'll definitely look into it and see if, you know, I can find them, if I can find them for a good price, and if I'm interested in reading them. If you guys haven't done so already, please please subscribe to the channel. It really helps build my channel, get these videos out there for other people to watch and see them, to make up their minds on if they want to read this, you know, this kind of content, or, you know, pick up this book or not. I know there's a lot of videos out there with people doing book reviews, but there's a lot of them that I see. Like, for example, there's three main people that I watch that do book reviews. One of them does book reviews every day, and his name is Near Mint Conditions, the Uncanny Omar. He does a lot of them. Now, he has done book reviews for this, but he did it for the entire series, and it was only like 20 minutes long. So what he did was like, this one, this is a story about this, next. So he didn't really kind of go in depth of the book, what it was about, anything like that. He kind of went by pretty quick, because I mean, there is 7 books to it. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to give a little bit more detail of each book individually. So like I said, that's why I'm trying to get my videos out there for other people to see. And it's also for myself to keep track of what I've read, what I haven't read. I do write it down, you know, but it's great for me to go back and watch these videos and be like, what was this book about? Oh yeah, now I remember. So that's why I kind of do them too. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.